video. Today we are playing Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney trilogy, but we're playing the first game. I had this game in my library for a fat minute, but I thought it'd be cool to make a little video on this. Before we get the video started, I would like to ask you, would you please like, comment, and subscribe, and share the video with your friends, family, your gerbils, scorpions, whatever pets you got, a snake, you know, share them with everybody. Let your dog know. Now, let's get into it. Wow. Trials and Tribulations. It's the first one? Let's get into it. Episode 1, the first turnabout. Okay. It's been a while since I played this. I've played this on a DS emulator. It's been a minute. Oh, we got a murder? Him. This man is grimy. Like I said, it's autoplay? Okay. Right. Who's calling? Oh, damn!
She's so fine, she done pissing me off! How are you that fine?
Hey, what's good, Chief? How you doing? How you doing, mama? Alright. I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. Okay, I'm gonna set it to autoplay. Owe him a favor. Really? It's him, wait. Death, despair. Oh! I'm gonna do it! I'm gonna die! Butts? His name is Butts? Larry Butts. You know what? How about I do a little bit of voice acting? I might want to do something like that. Dude, I'm so guilty. Why would you say that? Why would you want me? Why? You're sweating bullets. You're lying to me. Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. That's real love right there, man. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? My name is Nick. Nick Wright? Is that my full name? I understand that. That's my baby, bro. I'm not gonna lie. The person responsible for your girlfriend's death. Yeah. The newspapers say it was you. Y'all be honest. When y'all look at him, do you think that this goofball actually killed his girlfriend? You think someone like that literally did that shit? Come on now. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts, my best friend since high school. Grade school, whatever you want to say. Already fucking up. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. That's just a terrible coincidence, I'm not gonna lie. One thing I can say though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. That's definitely the case. Alright, enough of that shit. That and I owe him one, which is why I took on the case to clear his name. And that's just what I'm gonna do. August 3rd, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 2. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Payne. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright? This is your first trial, is it not?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm a little nervous.
Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. In other words, if you fuck up, that nigga's gone. Do you understand that, Mr. Wright? Murder is a serious charge for your client's sake. I hope you can control your nerves.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor. Given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to a certain alertness. Okay, let's go ahead and put this down because it's a little too tight. Can't shake it. This is his first case, so yeah, he's gonna be nervous. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. I have ADHD, so I can be reading something and then my mind wanders off somewhere. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. Larry Butts. That's my name. That's my chief's name. Okay, I'm gonna write that down. Larry Butts. The defendant. Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me what's the victim's name. I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover so many times. I don't know her name. It's, wait, uh-oh. That's why we got the R1 button. Cindy. I only pause. What were y'all looking at? What's her eye color? What's her eye color? What is her eye color? I do though. It's Cindy. I just forgot temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Me too, but it's because of the do-rag. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press the R1 button to check in anytime, okay? Oh, I did that. Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Oh, I'll do anything for you, ma. Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case? It's Cindy Stone. I almost pressed cinder block. Oh my god. It's cinder block. It's cinder block. I'll be damned if there's somebody on God's green earth that has the name Cinderblock. She was hit with a blunt object. Okay, so this is the tutorial. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed. That's for sure. Well then. First, a question for the prosecution, Mr. Payne.
Yes, Your Honor.
How about I give him a Zarbon, boys? No, that ain't working, bro. As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was? The murder weapon was this statue of the thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim. I know what it is. I'm just not gonna spoil it for y'all. That I remember. I see. The court accepted its evidence. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. Okay. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use the R1 button to check the court record frequently. Let's get it started, man. Come on. First witness? Mr. Butts. What do I do now? Why would you ask that question? Why would you ask that question? This is your job. Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help you with your client's case. Yeah, this nigga's cooked. This nigga's cooked. I got ADHD, bro. But I'll try. How old are we? Hey, watch it, buddy. We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Antony. Relax, man. Didn't they all die? Good point. I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me ever. Pay attention to him. See how he's twitching? See exactly how his eye and his mouth is twitching? Look at that. What's it to you anyways? You're in court. What you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. How do you know that? She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. One of them is crazy. Can I look at that? Nope. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. The victim apparently arrived home from Paris on 7:30 the day before the murder. Okay. Yeah, because I want to read this. She appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way. The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies. Daddies? Sugar? Pause. Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude. We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now? This is slander. This is slander, bruh. You don't know for sure? Right. I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, because I think he's going to say some dumb shit. He has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I? I plead the fifth. Plead the fifth, bro. No, stop him from answering. Please. My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to the... It really is. Look at him sweating. Look at him sweating. What do you mean irrelevant? Shut the fuck up and let me speak. That cheating shit.
Accusations! These are not accusations. This
false accusation.
This is why we don't want you to talk. This is why we didn't want you to talk. Shut your ass up. Proceed. This is not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Well, did you or did you not? Okay, these are valid questions. Well, maybe I did, or maybe I didn't. Answer, stop being indirect. You're gonna piss me off. What do I do? Have him answer on... Stop him from answering. You're beating around the bush. It's a yes or no question. Lie like a dog? I'm not gonna lie, Phoenix, I don't think he'll be good at that. It's like this, I don't remember. You don't remember? Well then, we'll just have to remind you. Got a bad feeling about this. We have a witness that can prove that he did go to the victim's apartment that day. Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness? Yeah, bring him up. Bring him up to the stage, man. Let me talk to him. The man who found the victim's body just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime.
Who's this man?
Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness. Yes, Your Honor.
This is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. You making a profit on my death? You a dickhead. Please bring Mr. Frank Schwitt to the stand. Sawit? Schwitt. We're gonna call you Schwitt, guy. We don't care. Look at that cheeky ass grin, bruh. You know he's a greedy bastard. You sell newspaper subscriptions, is this correct? Oh yes, newspapers, yes. Mr. Schwitt, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. Alright, we gotta pay attention. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it's strange, why it? I looked inside the apartment. Oh, so you a nosy ass man. Okay. Then I saw her lying there. A woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. Yup, that's a lie. That's a lie. Let's go. Let's go. Look at that. Time of death. 7:31, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. How are you gonna sit there and lie? How are you gonna sit there and lie? Can I call him? Can I call him on it? The man who ran was without a doubt the defendant sitting right over there. This man basically said,
That nigga is guilty! Hang that nigga now! I got the rope right here!
Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? Because he is. I can't defend you against a testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Yeah, why wasn't it? Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yeah, most definitely. Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. I was gonna say, if it was a cord phone, then yeah, the wire was probably snipped. Yeah, that's a cordless phone, okay. The phone that Mr. Schwitt used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your pursuit. Noon to 6 p.m. Okay. What you like me to say? You may begin your cross-examination. Yeah, let me look at this shit. Because you're giving me multiple times, and according to the court records, it's not accurate. Alright, Wright. This is it, the real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? You're supposed to call out the bullshit. While you expose the lies in the testimony and witnesses you just gave. Okay. Lies what he was... You gonna piss me off, bro. You gonna piss me off. Your client is innocent, right? Do you think that this doofus is capable of murdering somebody? This man was literally in the... Oh my god. He was in the lobby. Yelling obscenities talking about, I'm gonna die! Turning Super Saiyan and shit. Come on, bro. He's not.
And you know that this doofus is not guilty, bruh. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Find all contradictions. Let's do this. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment and I saw her lying there, a woman not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. Ah, that's a lie. Hold on.
Objection!
Objection! You found the body at 1 p.m. You're sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Let me sit up real quick. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts your autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at the Damn, that's crazy. The autopsy notes the time of death at sometime after 4 p.m. There was nobody to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? Lying Annie. This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. You're lying, man. You're lying, man. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sawit, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.? Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out the contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one, and their whole story falls apart. Wait, I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? Go ahead. Time of discovery. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a... You already fucked up. Remember? There was an outage. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. You're lying. You're lying. I'm gonna cross-examine him, alright? Pause. Yeah, because remember, the power was out, man. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying it was probably coming from the television. 3 hours off. Yep.
Objection!
You're lying. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. Would you lie under the oath of God? You couldn't have heard a television or a video. Ah! The defense has a point, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Are you lying on God, man? Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Solid? No, I find it quite puzzling myself. This man... No, that shit high-key funny because he said, oh, you said it was found at 4? Damn! I didn't know! I didn't even know myself! But you were there! You were there! You said you was there! The court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony. Go ahead, bruh. Distraught. I can't believe it! You got a hairpiece? Oh yeah, look at the way he's stressing, bruh. Yeah, he bald. And look at our judge, he bald too. Let's go. Hear the time. Come on. I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. You saw a clock? I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. Yeah, because you're a fraud. Buck, you're a fraud. Didn't hear the time, I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon, killer used it to... that must have been what I saw. Okay, we're gonna go here.
Objection!
You talking about this, bruh? I keep pressing the X button. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was the statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? Well, there's a black bar there. See how the music changed? You with your objections and your evidence. Just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Solid. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock! Your Honor, if I may. Yes, Mr. Payne? As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it, and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies. That's actually the same. I see, so the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with this testimony now? No. I guess not. There was a clock on the scene, so no problem. Right, are you out of your mind? That clock doesn't look like a clock at all. The witness couldn't have possibly known it was a clock just by seeing it. He said himself he never entered the apartment. It was in his testimony. Hey, you're right. Is something the matter? Does the defense have anything to add? Yes, I do. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet, the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly, a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he knew the victim went into the apartment. He knew the victim. He knew the victim. Tell me, isn't it true that you knew the victim? In fact, you are one of her sugar daddies. Be frank with us, Mr. Solid. Frank? I'm always frank. Boo! This nigga corny, bruh. That is his first name. Your Honor, we have complete records of the victim's relationships. Mr. Frank Solid does not appear anywhere. Huh? Oh, really? Please, Mr. Wright. Is huh the best response you can muster up? Try to refrain from making off-the-cut... Damn. I'm tired, I need to go to sleep. Off-the-cuff accusations in the future. Yes, Your Honor. Let me think this over. The witness knew it because he was in the apartment. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah, prove it. Prove I was in there. I mean, we could find fingerprints on it. I'll do better then. I could prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Man, he actually cooking right now. Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Solid, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Really? Baseless? Just look at the witness's face. That nigga hurting right now. His heart beating through his chest. Would the witness care to elaborate? Yeah, would you? Did you strike the victim with the clock? That day, I never. Look, the clock, I heard. No, I mean, I saw it. See? Yeah! I'll beat your ass. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up! I hate you! It was him, I tell you! I saw him! He killed her, and he should burn! Burn! Give him death! Damn, this nigga bald! I'm bald too. Order! Order in the court, I say. Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims. I mean, he crashed out. He crashed out, bruh. He couldn't get a sentence out. Your Honor, you claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. I better think it through carefully. I need to go to sleep. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Sawit heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply try sounding the clock. Try sounding the clock could work. Let's try the batteries. All you have to do is examine the batteries. The batteries are in the right way. The clock seems to be working fine. What exactly did you mean, Mr. Wright? That clock was working fine? Yes, and? What the fuck do you mean, man? This is my first day out here. Relax, man. Okay. Okay. We're gonna try sounding the clock. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. Beep! I think it's 8:25. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker after all. So we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? That this nigga killed her? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time is it now? It's 11:25. Ah! As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sawit said and the actual time of death. I know it said heard. So, Mr. Sawit, try to talk your way out of this one. Ha! You forgot one thing. What is he talking about? While it may seem like that clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. He is right. How am I supposed to prove that? Damn it, I was so close. Just wait. It seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination for Mr. Frank Sawit. I come all the way down here to testify, and look at what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal. You lawyers are all slime. Yo mama, you bald-headed bitch. Almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Not so fast, Mr. Sawit. Chief, listen up, right? Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. I can prove that the clock was slow the damn. Wait a minute. Nobody can prove that. Yes, you can. Why was the clock 3 hours slow? Because of the impact. Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow? Yes. Because whenever you hit the victim, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course. There's a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Tough words. Let's see if you can pull it. Hold on. I'm gonna try the passport. Let's see the evidence that proves the clock was running slow. The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. I didn't know that. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. He's cooking! The victim hasn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her head in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Solid? Or should I say, Mr. Did It? I'm gonna crash. Order! Order, I say! Get this nigga out of here, man. This case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness? He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly and find the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty. You're welcome, Larry. And with that, this court is adjourned. That was crazy. Turns out that Frank Solid was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day? After he left, Mr. Solid let himself to do his dirty work. Then whenever she caught him, while he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Solid grabbed the nearest blunt object he couldn't find and hit her. Wow. That was crazy. Hey, Ma. I thank you. My life is over. Yeah, we won, but I lost my girl, bro. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Hey, shut your stupid ass up, bro. Shut up. You're innocent. The case is closed. But my Cindy Wendy's gone, man. Gone forever. I know somebody out there gonna be talking about there's plenty of fish in the sea. That's my fish. I don't want any other fish. That's my fish. Harry. Yes, you. I can practically see the headline now. Harry Butts innocent. You're welcome. You hitting on my girl? Oh, hell no. How about I use this to hit you with that shit? You better get off my chief. Wait a minute. Wouldn't that mean... It's alright, bro. I do. That I do. Yeah, what's she talking about, bro? Oh! This is the clock you made for her, bro. Of course, bro. You know I slipped a couple of times, but it's cool, man. Thank you. Thank you, Chief. Oh, hell yeah. Anytime. So my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends." But I'm pretty sure he's not gonna pay us. Unless you count the clock he gave me. I didn't know it then. But that clock was soon going to be the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. That's the end. That was a good first chapter. First impression. Oh my goodness. We got a new episode. Yes, save my progress. Anyways, let's go ahead and do this. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Be sure to eat food. Drink some water. Matter of fact, drink your juice. Eat some ginger. Try it. It's really good for you. Hug your family members. Take care of yourselves and have yourselves a damn good one.